everybody, and welcome back. So today we're going to do some outdoor filming. So I want to talk to you guys about things that I miss about Canada. So not to say that this beautiful place isn't amazing, but there's definitely things I miss about home. So I've come up with 5. So 5 things I miss about Canada. The first, and of course my family and friends always look at me like I'm partially, there's something missing up here, is that I actually miss the weather. I miss the climate. I miss 4 seasons. Specifically, I miss fall. I'm from Montreal, and so I've always said that fall is the best weather for fashion. You've got your nice jeans, your sweaters, your scarves, everybody looks so good, your hair always looks good, it never frizzes up and gets wavy and stuff, and it's fantastic. I definitely miss the weather, for sure. Now, on the flip side, where I live is like a tropical paradise all the time, so this definitely has its perks. I don't even know where a pair of socks are. That is how warm it is here most of the time. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt just because I don't need to, it's just cold in my house. So I really miss about the climate, I just miss being more active outside. I don't find that I'm very active here. The weather is very warm and you can go out, it must be an early morning or late afternoon, you can definitely be out. It's just early mornings and late afternoons are not exactly my ideal time for being active. Another thing I miss a great deal is the grocery shopping. The variety of foods that you can get in the grocery store. Now, I have to take into consideration that what I usually like to eat is Western food, and obviously being in Southeast Asia, that's not the top food in the grocery store, so it's going to cost you a little bit more, and perhaps the variety is not as big. When I go back home, I always go to the grocery store, and I go to the deli counter. Ooh, me loves me some deli food, and I get smoked turkey breast. Oh my god. It makes me start salivating just thinking about having a smoked turkey breast sandwich. Oh my god. I miss cream of wheat. I miss Cheese Whiz. This is not exactly top-notch meals, but there's something I am a Cheese Whiz addict. For obvious reasons, I miss some of the people, specifically my friends and family. It is tough being far away from friends and family. I've mentioned that before. I won't go into that all today, but I would say it was really difficult when I first moved here, and now that I have Esme, it's even more difficult because every time I talk to somebody, whether it be my mom, my dad, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, everybody wants to see Esme and everybody misses her and wants to be in her life and such, and it's difficult, and it's a really big journey to get back home, so we really don't get, in fact, I haven't been back since Esme's been born, and she's almost 8 months old, so that's tough, to not introduce your baby to your family, it can be a difficult thing. And I miss my friends, just getting together, going for coffee, just the easy things. Skype is always an option, and we definitely keep in touch on Facebook and things, but being able to get together in real life is definite. Another thing I miss is, it sort of relates back to the grocery shopping, but just shopping in general. I'm not exactly a small woman. I'm 5'8". I would say I'm pretty much average size in Canada, but here I'm definitely a bit taller, definitely a bit bigger than the average Asian woman. Obviously, I just find it difficult to shop, and if I see something I like, I usually buy it in 2 different colors because there's a chance that if I go back tomorrow, it's not going to be there. Fortunately, I can do some shopping online. It does cost me an arm and a leg for it to even get here. I was pregnant, actually. I did pretty much all of my shopping in Canada, and I had bought so many pajamas and shirts and underwear and all sorts of things to fit my giant pregnant body, but I didn't think about anything post-pregnancy. So there was a period there when I was clothes were too big or really too small because I couldn't buy anything that really fit me here. So fortunately, I'm pretty much back to my normal size, so I can shop in the stores here, so we're back to normal. Lastly, this may sound a bit weird, but I miss the space. There's not a lot of just big open spaces. And the ones that there are open spaces, I probably just don't get to at the right times of day to enjoy them outside. When I lived back in Canada, I did a lot of hiking, we went on the boat a bunch, we were down by the beach, we did all these nice things, we had a dog, very active outside, and I just miss that big open spaces feel. I went to visit a friend in South Africa in January of 2011, and that was something I didn't realize I missed the space so much until I went there and experienced these big open spaces. A lot that I miss about my homeland, but there is a lot that I love about being here in Southeast Asia. So I'll have to do a video about the things that are just amazing being out here, because we really wouldn't stay if we didn't love our life here, and we really do. There's so much to gain. I think it's kind of terrifying when you take that leap and you go, I'm going to leave my home country, but when you do, and once you've adjusted to the new place, because I mean that in itself is an experience, there's this honeymoon phase and everything, it's quite an amazing journey, and you learn a lot about yourself. You get introduced to people that you probably would never meet. Like now I have friends all over the world, in Holland, in the US, in where else? Sweden, in South Africa, mainland China, Taiwan. Like you meet so many different people from so many different walks of life, and it's quite an amazing journey. So that's it from me today. Thanks for watching. Take care.